So this video today is about the debt for a company called Medifast, which I'm considering you should buy. I've already posted two videos, one on an overview of the company and one on the operations of the company. I would encourage you to watch both of those. Medifast debt, this is going to be pretty quick because the company doesn't really have a lot of debt. It doesn't have virtually any debt at all. And so we're not going to have a lot to talk about other than, wow, isn't this great? The company has no debt. So I'll go through it pretty quickly. So the first two things that I look at are interest expense. There really isn't any, and interest expense is a percentage of operating income, and again, it isn't any. So these two charts say, wow, debt's wonderful. Debt, believe it or not, really doesn't bother me very much. It's the interest carry cost of the debt that's the problem. And so the interest expense and the interest carry cost here is zero, so wonderful, right? So when you look at this chart, you're going to see the line going off to the up and to the right, but that up and to the right is the total current liabilities. And as you know, we talked about, current liabilities tend to go up with profits and with revenues, right? As you make more money, you need more raw materials and you need a bigger warehouse and you need, more equipment and more shipping and et cetera, it just kind of piles up. And so the total current liabilities, which are obligations they have to pay in the next year, tend to go up as well. So you're going to see that going up. I don't really care. It's irrelevant. It doesn't seem like the total liabilities are going up disproportionate to the income, disproportionate to the revenues, and so it seems like that's okay. And in terms of long-term debt, the company just doesn't have any and hasn't had any since 2013. So wonderful for that. One of the things that I like to look at with a company is how many years does it take, how many years of income does it take to pay off the debt? It gives me a gauge for how indebted the company really is. Since 2013, this company's had no debt, and so that's not really important here. So again, we love companies that have no debt or virtually no debt, and as of the end of 2018, this company had no debt. So interest coverage ratio is a measure of how many years of interest payments does the company have in the bank, what's its ability to make its long-term interest payments. And obviously when you have no debt and you pay no interest, this is an irrelevant stat. But I talk about it not because I want you to be worried about it, I talk about it because it's a good sign about the company. Another thing that we look at is current assets to current liabilities. We talked about in an earlier slide that current liabilities don't bother me if the company continues to make money and continues to increase revenues. If you're going to increase revenues, you're going to have your current liabilities go up. What I do like seeing is that the current assets keep pace with that, and we have more money in current assets than we have in current liabilities. And it looks like we have about $50 million in current liabilities and just under $150 million in current assets, so about 3 years worth. Again, that's almost too much. I wouldn't mind seeing less there, but for now we'll live with it.